Here.
Mrs. Reed?
Here.
Mrs. Mitchell?
Here.
Mr. Myers?
Here.
Mr. Trombley?
Here.
Dr. Krebs?
Here.
Mr. Birchfield?
Here. Okay, do we have a motion to approve tonight's agenda as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Reed, supported by Ms. Mitchell. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Passes 7-0. That brings us to call to the public this evening. If anyone wishes to address the board, we ask that you step up to the podium, state your name, address, and limit comments to 3 minutes. Seeing none, we will close call to the public and we'll move to the superintendent report. Dr. Gray.
Sure, 2 things tonight. First, you notice we have our student rep tonight. This is Ms. Chloe Burke. And Chloe is a senior at Brighton High School. She is on the POM, I'm going to run out of things to list. So she's on the POM team, NHS, student council, she's second-year leadership, and on and on and on, going forever. So we're excited to have Chloe here tonight. She's going to talk a little bit about the exciting upcoming weeks at Brighton High School. And without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to Chloe.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for this opportunity. So basically my job here is just explaining to you what's going on at the high school through the student's perspective. So basically with school starting, not too much has happened. Everything's just starting to get back to the normal schedule as people get comfortable with the classes. This year we implemented a new phone policy. So basically when kids come to class, they have to put their phone in the phone holder and they can't get their phone back until the end of class. So at first I didn't really like this idea because I like my phone. But as these 2 weeks went on, I realized I've paid a lot more attention to school and I've been a lot more productive. So I've learned to appreciate school a lot and I think it's going to be good for our school. Also, fall sports are off to a great start. We've had cross-country meets, football games, soccer games, and so on. Also, next week we actually have our first football game home. And the theme is USA in honor of Patriots Week, so I'm super excited for that. Also, at the end of September, we have Pink Week coming up, and in leadership, we are forming committees to put on events to raise money and awareness. So I actually have these sheets with all the events we put on, so I'm going to pass you around. So as the list goes around, all these events are just different things that are going to take place during Pink Week, so we're just super excited for that. I think it's going to be really great. We've already had a lot of the community, businesses, and teachers reach out to us wanting to help, which I think is really awesome. Also, one of our goals this year is to incorporate all grades, so K through 12, because we feel like in the past we haven't done the best job of that. So tomorrow there's a meeting, and 3 of our leadership students are actually going to this PTO meeting to help make this happen. So, as some of you may know, Ms. Park has retired, so now Mr. Grabowski is the new leadership teacher, so his email is going to be at the bottom of that. So if you guys have any questions, just email him. Also, my email is on there, and also the other student representative, Liam Faye's email is on there. So just feel free to contact us about anything if you need anything. So yeah, basically Pink Week is going to be really good this year, and we're excited. Also, as I mentioned earlier about opening up the involvement to the other schools, for homecoming, had an idea to open up spirit days to all the grades, so we think that'd be a good way to get everyone involved. So just overall, it's really good to be back, and I'm super excited for this year.
Thanks, Chloe.
Welcome.
Our second report tonight, we'll have Sharon talk a little bit about, we need to, as we continue to scan the market and look at some market analysis on some of our positions, custodial is one that we constantly are monitoring to see if we can maintain or even continue to get more. And she has a report. We've done a kind of a market analysis. We've met in the last probably week and put together some numbers where we think we need to go to with our custodial help to be able to fully staff and to maintain people beyond the summer. It seems pretty easy to get people for the summer. But then after that, when school year starts, we have some attrition, so we want to come back to that. Sharon?
Sure, thank you. Yes, this last week I think we lost 7 or 8 custodians, and we had a hard time attracting them at our current start rate. So currently, our custodians start at $11 an hour, and after they've been here a year, they get $12 an hour, and their lead they're at $13 an hour. Taking a look at some of our surrounding districts, we have very easily, we're competing with $14 an hour jobs. And you also have certainly an economy that's giving with some substantial wages in other sectors. And so, public schools in our situation certainly are having a hard time attracting. We have done we had some discussion about what we thought we could do. So our proposal, or at least what we were planning to do, is eliminating the start wage, because that's really having a hard time attracting initials that might be interested in our district. So we're moving to custodian to $13.50, and then a lead to $14.50. That we believe will put us pretty comparable around this area. We see the added cost for that change itself to be about $37,000. But we're also looking at something innovative that's not happening around our district, or around this particular county, but it's happening quite a bit in southeast Michigan, in the Detroit area, and that is offering a signing bonus.
I saw that on the sign.
Yeah, so that's something that we can get. I think it'll attract a lot of attention to our district and what we're doing. After 90 days of work, they get a $500 signing bonus. But we also want to recognize that people have been with us for as long as they have, and we can't forget that. And so we're looking at a retention bonus that's comparable every June 30th for those that are currently employed. So it would be an annual retention. The individuals who may get it through the signing bonus wouldn't get it again for the end of the next fiscal year. So they would then keep pace with those they were with. We think that right now we have about 8 eligible positions for a signing bonus, so that would put us at about $5,000 for that. Retention bonus, we have about 32 custodians at this point that would qualify for that, which would put us almost $20,000. We're also looking at our responsibilities under the Paid Leave Act, and that we're going to go ahead and offer them 5 sick days, which we have not offered at this point. And then we will also increase our holidays. So we have more paid holidays and give some bereavement time. That's also something that has not been up to this point. So I think what we will be able to offer will be a competitive package that will attract attention, and we're going to get that pushed out into media as soon as we can, into the public. And then we're also having a meeting. We would have a meeting as well tomorrow morning for us. So let's let them know what the plan is.
Question. Is there anything for referrals from existing custodians?
So good thought. We haven't considered that yet.
And then, how many custodians are we still short?
So we're short 8 at this time.
8 total?
8 total at this time, yes.
Okay. So that brings us to how many? 40? 32? 32?
40 is fully staffed.
So these numbers you put in front of us cover fully staffed.
Fully staffed. So this is truly worst case scenario in terms of the total amount of added cost.
Well, not worst case scenario, that's best case scenario because we got
Right.
all of our custodial.
Exactly. So if you look on both sides of benefiting our custodians, that's best case. If we look, we expect though that the numbers will be softer than what we have. We expect it to be less than $94,000 as a total added cost to the district, because we definitely have estimated full use of each of these fringe benefits, and that may not be the case over the course of the year.
And then we still carry a person in charge of all the custodial, don't we?
Correct.
Or like a custodian.
We do Dan Chrysler.
What's that?
Dan Chrysler.
Yeah, okay.
Sharon, you said it's puts us in line with everyone else. Where does it actually put us if you're going first?
Puts us a little bit above
A
everybody.
little bit above.
Yeah. So there's one other district in our county that was kind of a bar when we took a comparative market analysis to it, and so we just have eclipsed that. We went beyond that.
So follow up to that, actually, was one of my questions. How did we come up with the $13.50 for a start?
That was again, in the county, the gap of the district that was taking some of ours and kind of leading the way in terms of figures started with that number.
Okay, so we will be equal to what they're starting at.
A little bit above, and then our top is a little bit above.
Okay, that's where I was, that's where.
That's why we did it that way.
And how long until they get to a lead pay?
Well, lead is really about
It's a position, not,
yeah, it's a job.
Yeah.
Okay.
so during the day in all our buildings, we have a lead. So they manage the day, and then on our other shifts, there are leads as well. They help. We have our supervisor, well, we have Scott, and we have our supervisor, and then we have our leads. And our leads coordinate those buildings. That's why they get the additional compensation.
And are the leads also responsible for the quality of the work?
Yeah, I would say on a day-to-day basis, but in the end, I would say it would be Scott and Dan, really, or me, really look at it.
Yeah, you're the last person to call.
That's right. Or the
Or the
first.
first person.
I don't think it's nice.
I just have a question. So we lost 7 or 8 just very recently. Is that a typical time frame where you lose custodians?
Has been for the last several years, so.
Is that is that typical of the market as well, that that's a time when there's a lot of movement?
You know, the job's different in the summer than it is when everybody's back. So we definitely see attrition from year to year at the beginning of the school year. We see attrition at some other natural breaks, but during the summer, we tend to staff out larger than we do during the regular school.
Is there any way to create some sort of incentive to dissuade people, that we have those custodians that we're carrying through the summer and we're entering that vulnerable period? Is there something that
We think this will do it. I mean, for our general custodians, it's $2 an hour raise. Plus you're doubling the number of paid vacation days, you're getting 5 sick days, 5 bereavement days. So there's some real benefit there. Plus you couldn't really go to anybody else close to us and match that. And so we have a couple other things that, you know, we think this is going to make a dramatic impact. And we'll monitor this over the next couple of months to see if that's the case, and then report back, and if we have to make another adjustment, we will.
You know, I saw that this bonus structure is paid to the custodians after continuous employment through 6/30. So once you get beyond that, is it automatically then, under this proposal, paid? Or would it roll out over a period of time that would, again, be a carrot to?
So every year, our goal is to keep them for the full year.
Right.
So that $500 becomes something that happens every year. It starts July 1, runs through June 30. So our goal, again, with the people, what we didn't want to do is forget the people that have already been working here with a lot of loyalty to us, but we also want to attract some new people to the organization. So $500 if you're new and you stay 30, and then you have to go a full 12 months before you get that second $500.
Would it make sense to adjust the timing of that longevity payment though, so it's in the middle of the school year instead of in the summer?
That's kind of what I was wondering,
Good.
because otherwise if they get their longevity pay in the summer, and then they enter that period of where they're looking at other options, then
You could.
something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we could watch for sure to see if we have any attrition with it. It helps us, I mean, it's money in, money out wherever you look at it, but it does help us at the end of the year book close out when we're, you know, finalizing our budget. But yeah, we can take a look at that either way.
Are there different shifts for the custodians too?
Yeah, so there's a day shift and an evening shift, but there's 3 shifts at the high school, the only building that has the 3.
So what about like a shift preferential, like?
We talked about that too. For third shift especially, that seems to be the toughest draw. So we've even talked about, we're going to see how this does. We're going to monitor this for a short period of time, and then if we have to kick up third shift a little bit too to draw those people in the third shift. I mean, we're 7 or 8 shy. That's pretty decent for where we've been the last several years. I think we'll be able to fully staff with this jump. If not, that's another thing we talked about at the table. Is third shift seems to be probably the most difficult to fill, because it's a tough shift. You know, you're there 11 till 6 or 7. That's a tough shift. So
Yeah.
it might incentivize that. as well.
Shift premium is pretty standard practice, so I think, I agree with Ms. Mitchell. That's probably something we should really strongly consider. And I like Mr. Trombley's idea too, of the referral.
We can can tackle both of them.
I mean, these are really important, really important positions for the district, and we need to be able to maintain our
We agree.
our facilities, and let alone just general health and safety. I mean, you get into flu season and all that stuff, and this is a critical role.
That's why we bring it to you. And again, our plan is to roll this out tomorrow unless there's significant objections, which I'm not hearing, so.
So would this be effective immediately? or
Yes.
how soon?
Yep, he's effective tomorrow. And it's a thing, you know, I see Barry sitting here, we talk about this at PGC a lot too, our professional governance, committee and custodians, cleanliness, track, those types of things, and we listen, so this is another area where we have the funds now, we're healthy as a district, and we need to continue to push those areas that we, and again, I'm not saying we're doing poorly, I just think we can do better, and so this is the reason why we've really taken a hard look at it. And thanks to Sharon again for doing that comparative market analysis, so we're ready to roll tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's all I have.
All right. That will bring us into our 4 action items for this evening. Item A is the regular meeting minutes of August 26, 2019. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Stahl. Supported by Mr. Trombley. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? Passes 7-0. Item B, appointment of representative to the LESA. Dr. Gray.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. We recommend that Jamie Buckley, who's been serving in this role for quite some time for us now, be appointed as the district's representative to PAC through June 30th of 2022. We're hoping to have her in November.
That's what I thought. I think you'd sent an email on that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Reed, supported by Ms. Krebs. Any discussion?
Okay. Could someone tell me exactly what her role is?
This role works with, it's the Parent Action Committee, works with like a liaison to LESA on some special ed topics. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Okay, but are there responsibilities and
She
things
goes to
like that?
meetings, a couple meetings a year, meets with our special ed department.
And I guess what I'm going back to is when we had some of these issues.
That's not her role at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So
No.
she doesn't get involved
Nope.
in any of the
Not at
day-to-day
all.
school stuff, nothing?
No.
So then what is her role?
This is a requirement for some funding.
So that's what it is? Okay, so she has no role other than a requirement for funding?
But and again, she does a good job for us. She's kind of that liaison with LESA, but no, it doesn't, there's no like role authority there. There's no portion that they are of the special education department. Special education department is the one that works through those issues.
She provides you to the parents' view on how
Correct.
the LESA is performing.
It would be like a member of our Safe Schools Committee. Only through special education.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Passes 7-0. Item C, MASB's 2019 Delegate Assembly, certify your delegates.
If we remember last time, Mr. Stahl again asked to be the delegate, and Ms. Reed agreed to be the alternate. So that would be who we'd be recommending.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Myers, supported by Mr. Trombley. Any discussion? Sure.
Only that I'm good. I'll get, as soon as I get the packet as to what's going to be discussed and voted on, I'll get it out to you guys so you have it before I go.
And thank you for taking this on. I appreciate it. You representing us. Okay, all those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? Passes 7-0. Item D, Spencer Elementary Water Service Replacement.
We've talked about the specifics of this a number of times. This again is the bid that we're recommending you accept. It's from Fonts and Company Incorporated. You have the timeline document in front of you. We hope to work on a lot of the piping prior to Christmas break and then finish up the cut over Christmas break. We're also, if you look at the 95,413, you can subtract as a voluntary alternate on the page 10, the 11,500 for the plumbing services. Our plumber can do this for less than half of that cost, so it'll actually be less. So if you approve the total amount of 95,413 will come in under that to the tune of probably 9,000, 10,000, or 8,000 to 9,000 less.
So you're saying it'll only take our guy approximately that difference? to do
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Looking at the information on timing, what kind of disruption does this mean for the building, the parking lot, the playground areas?
There won't be any disruption to those to school classes. I mean, we'll have a section, orange, snow fenced off from the playground to where the walls are. And so they'll be digging those water lines in there early, so they just can't walk around. The gym class won't go out the side door, they'll go out the back door by the music room. That'll be the only disruption there is.
Is that where because this mentions sidewalk repairs that won't be done in January, is that where the sidewalk issue will be?
The sidewalk is only around the back of the building by the transformer where it comes in. There's a section that's probably 12 feet wide. That's where the sidewalk, where they'll be tying in at. It's just about a 5-foot section of sidewalk.
Thank you.
Okay, we need a motion, so we need a motion. So moved.
Support.
Moved by Mr. Stoss, supported by Ms. Reed. Any other discussion?
I would like a date on here, Scott, for when that sidewalk will be finished.
You'll send it to me, I'll send it
And
by
the
Friday.
grass. Okay? Thank you.
Well, that's
The grass
gonna
gonna be
depending
tough.
on weather, it's a process. Once the
Well,
weather.
all I want's an end date when it's,
Okay.
I get that you're not gonna spring in the middle of winter, but I can give you a date in the spring, whatever. I just want a date when it's gonna be completed by.
Sure they'll get it done quick.
All right. All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. And that will close the for action for this evening and move us into for future action. And we have one item, which is the Neola policy 4217 weapons.
Yeah, this is in front of you tonight because we have an SRO officer at Scranton Middle School who needs to have the option on whether he's going to carry or not. We already have the ability for that to happen because there's a police liaison officer at the high school, but he's no longer a police officer that we contract from a police department. He's a Brighton employee that we'd have to tweak our board policy to allow that to happen. That's why it's in front.
So
Yeah.
approval of this allows him to.
That's correct. And then we'll make that decision from there. We've had a lot of discussions in relation to that, and we'll go from there. This at least frees up this option for us. If you have questions, I'd say in the next couple of weeks about this or the specifics of it.
Does this allow other people as well? Just him?
Correct.
Also, the only change is in that paragraph A on the second page of this, right? Where you're adding or retired law enforcement personnel serving in a district safety and/or security position.
That's why we made it so specific.
Any questions? All right. That will close for future action and move us into board committee reports, Board of Ed bulletins. Any committee reports or Board of Ed bulletins this evening?
Our last facilities meeting canceled. We didn't have enough topics to warrant it. If that changes, or if it has changed, we'll get one out as quickly as possible.
For the Health, Safety, and Policy Committee, it looks like we're going to be holding our next meeting on Tuesday, September 17th. We've got 2 potential times on the calendar that we'll need to settle between those of us that are attending. So we'll get that squared away in the next day or so. I'm not sure that we have too much on the agenda other than just going through, the start of the year and the plan for the safety committees and everybody else for the rest of the year. Dr. Brew, our next meeting with our representative from Neola.
Usually it's October-ish,
Okay.
so.
So we were thinking, it'd come up at committee before, that it would be good for us to try and schedule that meeting
Great
maybe
idea.
later in the day so that we can all
That's a good idea.
join. That might save you some note-taking. and
That would be
some other
wonderful.
theory.
Wonderful. So I have to rewrite it all?
Yeah.
That would be a godsend.
Alicia, do we have 2 or 3 board members appointed to that?
There's
There
3,
are 3 of us.
There are 3.
Angela, Alicia, and Laura.
Okay, that's it for me.
And Finance Committee, we have a meeting scheduled for Monday, September 30th at 7 o'clock. Seems to be the date that works for everybody. And that'll be probably a great date for the transition. We'll get together on setting an agenda for that meeting as well before then, so.
There is a, I'm sorry.
No,
You're good.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
The Safety and Security Committee is meeting on Thursday at 9:30. Laura and I are on that, and unfortunately, Laura's gonna try to make it. I've got a conflict, but we have been in contact, both of us have been in contact with Jennifer Sprice Teller to request the year-long meeting schedule so that we can get that plugged in and then at least have time blocked. So we'll have more to report in the future on that one, but both of us definitely want to be part of that meeting, so. And then the board workshop, thank you to everybody for getting the doodle poll completed. Looks like we're gonna be Tuesday, October 15th at 6:30 here, so I think Ms. Ackerman can send out another reminder just to finalize, but it looks like Tuesday, Tuesday, October 15th at 6:30. That's what I got. Anything else? All right. That will move us into our next board meeting is Monday, September 23rd, 2019, here in the boardroom at 7 p.m.
I'd make a motion to enter into closed session for the purpose of approving the August 26, 2019 closed minutes.
Support?
Roll call. Mrs. Reed?
Yes?
Mr. Stahl?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mrs. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Conley?
Yep.
Mr. Birchfield?
Yes.
Dr. Crowe?